Hello, everyone. Today, we will learn how to use the Mechatronic Concept Designer module to set up a motor forward and reverse rotation case model. This case is crucial for understanding motor control principles and PLC programming. We will cover the following topics. Learning objectives. 1. Master the basic operations of the Mechatronic Concept Designer module. 2. Learn to control the motor using PLC programming. Now, let's look at the specific operational steps. Now we will demonstrate the specific operational steps. Open the motor forward and reverse case model. Click on the application. Then select More from the Design menu. And enter the Mechatronic Concept Designer module. First, we set the basic mechatronic objects. Set the movable model as a rigid body by clicking Mechanical Rigid Body. since only the motor shaft and the model above it can move. Set them as rigid body. Then click Apply. The buttons are momentary push buttons. We only need to set the button caps as rigid bodies as well. Similarly, set the forward, reverse, and stop buttons as rigid bodies. Once the rigid body setup is complete, we can proceed to set the joints. Click on Mechanical, then select Basic Joint and choose Hinge Joint. We will set the rotational movement of the motor shaft as a hinge joint. Since we haven't set the motor body as a rigid body and have fixed it, only select the motor shaft for the connection body and leave the basic body unselected. Make sure to specify the vector direction as the curve vector direction, which should be along the axis, with the anchor point at the center circle. Ensure that this selection is correct. Then click Apply. Next, we will set the buttons as sliding joints. Select Sliding Joint. Similarly, select only the connection body and leave the base unselected. Specify the vector direction as the curve direction, which should be along the normal direction of the panel. Setting the upper limit to 3 and the lower limit to 0. Click Apply. Use the same method to configure the other buttons, ensuring the vector direction is also along the panel's normal direction, with limits set to 3 and 0. After completing the joint setup, the next step is to configure the spring damper. In a real scenario, when the momentary push button is pressed, it activates, and when released, it returns to its original position. In the mechanical menu, click More, then select Spring Damper. Choose the previously configured joint. Set the spring parameter to 2, the damping to 0.1, and the relaxation position to 0. Click Apply. Use the same method to configure the other buttons.